So one of the most properties I'm most looking forward to watching will be Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. As you know, they've had a lot of issue, James Gunn getting fired, getting rehired. Now, obviously, James Gunn is working on Suicide Squad Volume 2, or Suicide Squad 2, over at Warner Bros. So once he's finished with that, he can start working on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now this movie is so hype. I'm so hyped for it. Why? Because we could see Beta Ray Bill, we could see Adam Warlock. There's so much that could be in this movie. So recently, James Gunn has been revealing things, answering fans' questions over on Instagram, which is pretty cool because James Gunn is one of the few directors, one of the few people who actually respond to multiple people. Obviously, these social media people, these directors, these actors have hundreds, if not millions, of followers, subscribers, so it's very hard for them to interact. But I always feel like James Gunn does his best to try and respond to as many as possible. So we have an interesting comment about the scripts always changing, but it's not as it seems. So one lingering question about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is when will it actually come out? And recently in an interview, he kind of teased when this was actually going to happen. So if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. At the 100,000 subscriber mark, yeah, I know we probably won't get there, but maybe one day I will be giving away a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X or a Switch with any game. And all you gotta do is comment down below Merry Christmas, as when I post this video, it will most likely be Christmas Day. So let's get into this video. We're going to discuss Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I know I did a video 2 weeks ago, but this is coming straight from James Gunn's mouth himself. So on Instagram, I believe it was, well, at least the article I'm reading it from, says, someone asked, any news on when Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will officially start? He says, I won't start filming for a year or so, Gunn replied. So seeing as we're at the end of 2019, you got to take it as 2020. So it sounds like he won't be working on it till at least 2021, if not later. So it sounds like it's going to be one of them 2023 release slots that a lot of people seem to think. But obviously it could come at the very end of 2022 at a push, but I don't really think they're going to rush Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, as they've had the script for a very, very long time. So many people who are working on this movie have teased the script is ready. So many things have already been teased about what is going on. So there's been some crazy Reddit theories about Quill being related to Captain America. I don't really understand how that could possibly be, but it is interesting. Like I said, James Gunn is one of the few directors who will actually come out and respond. So what he said was this. Gunn recently responded to a fan theory that suggests Captain America is actually Star-Lord's grandfather. And he said this, sorry to burst the fun theory, he said, but it doesn't work, as Quill's father is a major character, and then he said who was played by, in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and briefly in Volume 2. So that was interesting. He also clarified the rumors of Mark Hamill appearing in this movie, and he said, Mark is my friend. We've never had these discussions. So the story was going about a while and we covered it because it sounded like there was some validity. So there is validity because they are friends. It even goes too far to say they live around the corner from each other. So it realistically doesn't make any sense. So a quote that I believe is being, I guess you could say, taken out of context from what James Gunn said. So responding to a fan question, whether the Guardians 3 script has changed in the wake of EndGame, Gunn revealed in an Instagram story, the script will change because my script always keep changing until the moment I shoot them, meaning that he can have a finished script, but he might change something whilst he's actually in the studios or on location filming. And then he went on to say this, but it won't change according to anything from EndGame because I already knew what was in that script before I wrote Guardians 3. So what he's saying is, it's not that what happened in EndGame is going to affect his script. It's the fact that he knew the plot details, he knew everything for EndGame, Infinity War before it came out. So it's not like he's going to change the script because of the craziness that went down or didn't go down in EndGame. He's just saying that I knew what was going to happen, so it's not going to change that. So the title of the article I'm currently reading says this: Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 James Gunn reveal whether Endgame events change third movie. And then it's got a byline saying, my script always keep changing. So no, Endgame doesn't change his script. Why? Because he already knew what was going to happen. So there's been a lot of speculation about who is the big bad, who is the villain for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And as we can tell you right now, no one knows. As we know, the post-credit scene for Guardians 2, the cocoon got unlocked, and essentially Adam Warlock was sent out to get the Guardians. But Adam Warlock hasn't. So it doesn't really mean anything. Adam Warlock is a long-standing Marvel cosmic hero with connections to everyone. Gunn said that he originally was going to intend to have Adam Warlock feature in something. So back in 2017, he had said this: I awoke with a vision of the Avengers scene in my head and couldn't stop thinking about it for days. We almost didn't include the Adam Warlock scene because he wasn't definitely not in Avengers 3 and 4, and we had no plans for him in general. Then he went on to say, despite so many people thinking Adam would show up in Volume 3, that is something that we've never confirmed. Who knows how long it would take to bake in that cocoon. That said, I love Adam, but the time must be right. So he's not just going to throw something in randomly, which is interesting. So I'm just going through multiple tweets of what was said by him. And he also said something interesting. I have it down to 181 songs. The list gets longer. So what he said is, what is the chance of Vance Astro not great, I'm done with treatment? And that, I believe, is his response, which is very interesting. Gunn has promised new endings and new beginnings. So he's promised the ending of the storyline for multiple characters. So whatever happens in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, we already know that it's most likely going to have to reboot the team, as it was previously rumored that the trilogy, it was 3 movies, after how well it did with the first movie doing so great. So we know that Gamora in this timeline is the Gamora from a previous timeline who didn't fall in love with Quill, Star-Lord. So it is interesting how they're going to play that out, because it's technically the 2014 story, meaning she doesn't have any history with the Guardians. There was a question mark whether Gamora survived Stark's snap, as she was technically part of Thanos' army. However, a deleted scene from Endgame confirmed that she did survive, so she's out there somewhere. And we know that Gamora, based on the actor who is playing that role, she said she's read the script and she said it's awesome. But that doesn't really mean anything, because as James Gunn said, the script can change up to the moment of shooting. So that is literally everything that I've found on what we know about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 at the moment. I'm so happy that James Gunn is back at the helm of this movie, because I always feel if you're going to have a franchise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it should be directed by the same person, or the said person should be involved. It's kind of like how a lot of franchises get destroyed because they try to reboot something and they don't have any of the original characters or the original director or producer, or they really just need to keep originality in place. And if you're going to have a franchise, just keep everyone in line. At least have some input by the person who created Guardians 1, 2, and 3. And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 is still one of the best Marvel cinematic movies, easily. So, as we said in this video, we said that it's most likely going to be one of them time slots for 2023. As James Gunn said, he's going to start work on it in about a year's time, which means he would probably start early 2021, a year turnaround time, so maybe 2020, but the end of it, or 2023 for Phase 5. But it's going to be interesting to see who appears. Do you want Beta Ray Bill to appear in Thor: Love and Thunder? Because that movie is going to come out first, that has been confirmed. So it will be interesting. Like, technically, Adam Warlock could appear in Thor: Love and Thunder, but it wouldn't really make much sense to me. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. So like always, guys, I'm your boy, Warstu. I will keep you up to date with all the latest, greatest Marvel, DC, pop culture-based news. As I said at the moment, the Marvel, DC news is kind of dry. So if I do find something like this interesting and I think you guys will like it, then I'll make a video for you. So like always guys, please like, subscribe and comment, and as I said, by the time this video posts, it will be Christmas Day, so have a awesome Christmas Day, or you must have had an awesome Christmas Day if you're in Australia, because obviously that's the day before the rest of the world. So like always guys, please like, subscribe and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya, and later.